share the link out to Facebook, stuff like that. So we're live now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Woohoo!
Unfortunately, Lori lost the weird hat contest because nobody ever beats me at that.
It's true. I did lose. I got this out of the closet. I'm visiting a friend's house, and so I hope she doesn't see the show.
All right, let me make a Facebook post here. Find out what we are up to. We're up to lots right now. There's a lot going on.
Goodness, there is a lot going on. Everybody's got things to catch up on or do, or yes, yep. Indeed.
Well, make sure and I want to make sure and say welcome to Jen's awesome show. I am clearly not Jen, and neither is Lori. She will be along shortly, we assume, because she invited us to a show. It isn't here yet. I would imagine it's something Uplift related. So welcome to Jen's awesome show. I am Uplift Greg. My real name is Greg Smithwick. I'm the guy that turned the switch that turned on the server that became the Uplift, and Corey's longtime friend. In fact, I had Corey at my house for like 4 hours on Monday, and it was glorious. We had a really nice time. We don't see each other very often. He lives in the opposite part of Florida. He lives down there in that Miami area where those Dolphins football team is from. I was born down there, so I get to make fun. And I live up in the Tampa Bay area. Lori, nowhere near my part of Florida. You're Oregon, is that right?
The exact opposite coast. I am actually on the coast presently, right now, near Cannon Beach, which is a really popular place in Oregon. So
yep, you're about 3,900 miles from me. I know this because I drove to Vancouver one time, and that was 4,211 miles door to door. So you're almost 4,000 miles away. Wow. Hey, Ash, nice to see you. Make sure and invite your friends along. Share this on your socials, on the Twitter machine, and on Facebook if you are a member of that community. I've posted it into a couple of the groups on Telegram. And what we're here to talk about today, thankfully, we are people that are involved in the SHIPPLE tribe, the SHIPPLE movement, the SHIPPLE token explosion that's going on currently on the internet. And so we're going to talk about some of the up and coming things in that ecosystem. But we were really counting on Jen.
And she always has these amazing questions to start the day.
Right.
So, well, maybe we can come up with one. Okay, I got one for you, Greg.
Okay.
So what food that you eat like ignites a memory for you?
It's a strange one. It's a story. Okay. It's called tomato gravy, and it's called different things in different parts of the South along the Gulf Coast. And I'm from Central Florida. So whenever we had a fish fry when I was a kid, my grandmother or my grandfather would make a tomato gravy. Basically, it's you brown up bacon, and you pull the bacon, you put onion in the bacon grease, and then you add canned tomatoes and however much hot pepper you can tolerate, and a few spices, and you serve that over grits, right? And grits is one of those things that is regional, but the best description of grits I ever heard was in the movie The Help, where one of the women that works in some white lady's house says grits is a vehicle for what you really want to be tasting. So you pile that beautiful bacon, tomato, onion gravy on top of grits. It's the best thing ever. And so I've only found one restaurant in my entire part of Florida that serves it. And it literally brought tears to my eyes. I was so excited to, I make it at home once in a great while, but to see a restaurant that was serving grits with, I think they called it Pappy's Special Salsa or something like that, but it's basically that fish fry tomato gravy. So whenever I smell frying fish, I'm like,
all right, yeah, I gotta try that.
Yeah, good stuff. Yeah, awesome. If you like polenta, you could probably learn to like grits. You remember when you eat polenta, it's usually served with some other sauce or something else to go with it, and it's the same thing with grits. So
yeah, and I've been south. My band actually in high school, we drove all the way. Well, my parents drove us all the way, and then we flew home, and so got to experience grits.
Where to?
It was great. We actually performed at Disney World, and we went through Louisiana as well, and across Texas.
Yeah, I mean, I grew up. I don't want to say I grew up sheltered. I grew up in other places, and then came back here. And I remember reading about soul food because it was the 70s. And everybody was all excited about soul food, And my girlfriend and I, we hitchhiked right after high school graduation from here to Midland, Odessa, Texas, because we were crazy. And I couldn't wait to get to the Gulf Coast South and try soul food. And it's collard greens and this is basically what my white grandmother cooked me all of my childhood. I didn't realize I had been eating soul food that whole time. But that's
there you go.
So what about you? What's the food that brings back a memory for you?
Hey, Marty, how's it going?
Marty Bullshit.
What's up?
What's up? Legend.
Okay, the question of the day that we're missing Jen, so I had to come up with a question. And the question is, what food do you eat that like triggers a memory for you? And I'll answer while you're thinking. For me, my mom, I grew up eating crepes, but we called them roll-ups. And I still make them for my kids, and it just brings back great memories. And I think I can eat them faster than any of my children still. They have to have lots of butter and jam and roll it up and suck it down.
Yeah, that's good stuff. How about it, Marty? What's a food that brings back a big memory for you?
Very recent nostalgia. So I grew up as a farm kid, and there's some jokes here, but we're a nut farming family, hazelnuts in the grand state of Oregon. And, all the jokes of, our family's a little nutty, and all those are pretty fun. We like to make those, but it was a family business.
Who's that?
All right, Jen wins.
It's me, Jen.
Yes. Oh my goodness. I'm frightened.
That's awesome. Oh, that's so good. You scared me out of my story, Jen. Good luck.
Yeah.
I really like it. So we're the nut family, right? And so I'm out there this week. My dad at 75 is still hobby farming, and I'm out there with my daughter, and we have a couple of pieces of equipment and tractors, and I'm driving one and he's driving the other, and the daughter's hopping back and forth between us, and I'm out there and I just have the biggest smile on my face because my daughter is cracking hazelnuts while we're doing the harvesting, and she's handing them to me, and I have a hand on the throttle and a hand on the steering wheel, so she's feeding me hazelnuts, and I'm just laughing because that's how I grew up. And to get to experience that with my dad and my daughter and just that generational thing, that food, eating raw hazelnuts off the farm while we're harvesting them, that takes me back for sure.
Nice. That's good stuff.
Good.
Hi,
So Jen, we were missing
Jen's
you
awesome
so much.
show.
We had to come up with a question. The question was, what food triggers a memory for you? Do you want to delve into that?
About 500 different ones. There are so many. I don't even know if I would know where to start. Everywhere I've been has a food memory. So, that's actually harder than it seems, and harder than it could be.
Hey,
we stumped the question, lady. I like it when that happens. I thought of a second little one that Marty reminded. My grandfather grew oranges and cattle and citrus, Central Florida. Never, as his main living, but always had. And he used to take a juice orange off the tree, and he always had a X-Acto sharp pocket knife. And you peel the outer skin off the top half of an orange, you leave the white in, and then you take a core out of the top, and he would take his knife and just poke in there and just sucking orange juice straight out of the orange. So to this day, orange juice with a lot of pulp is it for me, because that's that memory from back then. Yeah. And it's much better when it's fresh squeezed and it's not pasteurized. Yeah, it's a whole different thing. So, okay, Jen, time's up.
I'm gonna have to say mine's feet loaf.
Meatloaf? What?
Meatloaf. Classic feet loaf. You take your meatloaf.
Yes.
Shape it like some feet. You use a couple of onion slices for toenails, and then
an onion ring for the leg bone.
Onion ring for the leg bone, and then you cover the top with ketchup so that it looks like it is recently severed. Bake that, and horrify the children.
Yes.
Nice.
Or delight them in my case.
I actually made feet loaf last year, and I'm scrolling through my Facebook photos right now because I have a photo of it.
Oh,
I do too, but mine's hard to find.
It was fantastic. It was really good. It looked abominable, but it was really good. So
it's so delicious. We're having a Halloween feast at my mom's this year, so feet loaf it is.
Nice.
That's awesome. So you guys don't change the date on Halloween like you do on Thanksgiving, right? It's still October 31st.
Oh yeah, it's October 31st. And if that doesn't happen to be a school day, it just means we wear costumes all week long.
Yep. One of the things I loved about living in Canada was Thanksgiving twice a year. So
Yeah.
okay, this is pre-cooked. I'm gonna horrify everybody and show you my pre-cooked meatloaf while I dig for the picture of the cooked one. Let's see, share screen. There it is. Yeah, this is right before I put it in the oven. I don't know. That work? Can you guys see that?
Ugh.
Oh, yeah. That is
Yeah.
horrifying.
But it doesn't taste like feet, so it's okay. It's okay.
Okay. That is awesome.
Yeah, I love meatloaf. I saw it on the internet, and I was like, "I'm going to make this," and that's
There you go.
that's how
Well,
that
until I
happened.
saw Feetloaf has a nicer ring to it. I was making meat hands before that, so they of course turned out looking horrifying.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's
So what's going on in the wide world of Shipple today? Anything new?
I don't know. Has anybody checked to see if we have an uplift yet?
The web page is back up. The server appears back, but the web address must have changed, or the IP must have changed because I can't connect right now.
Okay, so maybe soon. I was hoping.
I was
we'd be
just
able-
texting.
pen.
Yeah, I was just texting Russ to see if he wants to come on and give an announcement. He's actually logging in to check right now and check the status of Shippletopia. So as soon as we hear back from Russ, we'll give an update.
Nice.
Excellent, because that was going to be first on my update list. Otherwise, what do we have that's new and exciting since yesterday? Assuming everybody was watching yesterday.
I mean,
Yesterday's show was huge. I think you guys got all the news out yesterday.
Probably.
well, and we just had M Blue and Ken Bozak and Corey and myself. That was why I was late. Sorry. Came from that show, and we were talking about Blue Dak. And Corey just dropped some blue bombs about some blue rockets going to multi-chain. This is mind-blowing to me, and I'm still having some trouble processing it all, because what's happening with Blue Dak on Wax, with all of those crazy ROI returns and things exploding. He was talking about Wombat bringing over like 1.1 million users, which is just like insanely crazy. But then with Matic, Polygon, BSC, all of a sudden, do you remember what happened with TLM on Alien Worlds when Alien Worlds took their token TLM and went to one exchange on one other chain? I mean, I know Binance is kind of a big deal, but that token 100x'd. And
Wow.
with Blue Dak, we're going not just with one token, we're connecting all of the tokens on Wax together in Blue Dak, and then we're launching to multiple chains, connecting all of the tokens on every chain. This is going to be crazy. This is going to be really, really
I have
crazy.
to figure out how to use the other staking systems. I mean, I have a BSC wallet. I have a Wombat wallet that has my other chain Shipple in it, but I don't know how to interact with it and get it all moving. So we're gonna have a tutorial at some point about all that.
There may be one that Jen did that's actually linked in our Shipple.io Telegram. That's kind of a preview precursor. Morgan, I see your comment. So yes, this is my costume. And then I don't know if you have a picture of my
Very convincing
profile, but yeah, my Martian skin. I try to use my human form because it's more accessible, and we're trying to be relatable and whatever. And like my eyes are red and my skin is green and my natural format. So I try to be relatable. But yeah, this is my costume. I wear my costume every day.
Nice. So we're going to all the chains. That's the deal.
So this means that I can take my Shipple steak and eggs and get some blue and then pour some taco sauce all over it? Or can I not quite get the taco sauce on it yet? I know I can put the taco sauce on the Shipple steak, but if I add the eggs and have a steak and eggs, I still want my taco sauce. So if Taco's listening, get over to...
We're talking about community tools where any crypto, any NFT, we can do combinations of combinations with the community tools on Blue Dak, and additional rewards pools can be created. by any community that can be accessed by any community member, like the possibilities are endless. Like Jen, what you're talking about, you can combine anything and everything in any way and then have custom rewards for all of that. Like the creativity this allows the communities to experiment with, it's a whole new world. Like this is going to go crazy.
This is going to be fun and a big learning curve too, I think, for all of us.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a good education for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Is there, I meant to ask, and I mean, this is totally a new person question. Is there a list anywhere, a resource list of the major blockchains and their major currencies?
That's a good question.
Yeah. Does somebody keep like a curated?
It's a really good idea.
It's a really good idea.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
So the last 2 days I've had conversations with Marty and with Corey, and what the moment feels like is right before you started seeing www web addresses on bus benches and on billboards. There was a lot of intranets, like, you know, Yahoo had one intranet and Microsoft hosted another one, and you could interconnect, you could get from one to the other, but it took some thinking, right? Like there wasn't always a Google. And it feels like this is that moment when we're just about at the moment where all these things are going to interconnect. And when you think about when that happened on the internet, how much more accessible everything in the world became suddenly, I think this is that moment. This is that momentum spot where, you know, like Corey calls it the knee in the curve, where all of a sudden everybody's going to recognize, like you just mentioned 3 or 4 things you wanted to pair. You know, can I put taco sauce on my pancakes now? Yes. And I think that's going to become, you know, that's going to become an amazing thing. And I think we're there. I think this is that moment because all these creative people, Corey and I talked about that with his team the other day about the fact that they're out there playing in these systems and seeing what other systems are doing makes, you know, their ideas for what to do in our system better, faster, stronger. And I think that the cross-pollination between all these different groups that hardly ever touch each other is going to be explosive. Yeah,
Absolutely. Yeah, and I do need. I keep thinking about having a resource list. I'm not the person to make it because I don't have the answers, but I keep looking for them. People are saying, "Do you have any of this currency or that currency or this LP or whatever?" And I'm like, I don't even know, like, what is that on a blockchain? And I need a wallet for that, and it doesn't all communicate with each other. And then I think about that interview we did with Alex, and I think, okay, soon. I just have to wait and be patient. And soon.
Could there be a joint, a community, you know, collaboration, like a Wikipedia of that info?
A Bluepedia.
Does it already exist? We just
Or Shipplepedia.
Yeah, Shipplepedia. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
that's often the thing. Rather than reinvent the wheel, find out if somebody's already doing it, and we'll just glom onto their thing.
Yeah.
Well, Corey was talking about it today. You know, with BlueDAC being multi-chain, it sounded like there's going to be like just a drop-down arrow where you can just select which chain you go to.
Which chain
And then he was talking about, I don't know if it was Taco or Kate, but some of these, you know, third-party tools that are being created, it sounded like we're going to end up being able to have a complete token list of every token on every chain that's connected with BlueDAC with the value of that LP token so that you can take the amount that you have and see the value of what you have in BlueDAC. Because right now it's difficult to even know, you know, the dollar value of your tokens that you've put into this other thing. And it sounded like the like almost a coin market cap where, you know, you have just the list of all the tokens, percent up, percent down, list of all the values, your tokens. You know, it sounds like those tools are being created right now. What's really interesting to me is that I don't know if anybody even realized there was a need for these tools until platforms like BlueDAC changed the game. I mean, it's revolutionary. It doesn't exist until now. And so to have something that now exists that completely changes the game for everything and everyone and every community, not only on Wax, but then on every chain it's connected to, you know, this is such a huge step forward, right? I mean, it's one small step for a Martian, you know, one huge leap for Martian kind or whatever, you know, you can make your own thing. But, you know, all of a sudden it's one of those moments where our world is changing rapidly, and we get to be in the middle of it with our Shipple community. Who would have thought 3 years ago that we would be here, right? With liquid, monetizable joke token, right? And all of a sudden it's a charity
Crazy.
coin that can do real world good. And instead of buying the person outside my front door a cup of coffee, like we're going to be able to buy them a house. I mean, that's insane. It's insane.
Yeah. TC's asking a question. I have no idea how we would even look
I
for an answer to
do.
this
I can
question.
address this.
Okay, good.
Is it possible to make a store box in survival and all that upliftium that is sold from that box can go to the Shipple charity? Yes.
Wow.
Directly.
Awesome.
So you get your upliftium, then you crystallize it into the NFT, then you transfer your NFTs to the tokenized NFT wallet, you get the lithium, and once you have the lithium, then you can trade that for Shipple. And if anybody else wants to help out with that LP, that'd be cool. Maybe you swap it for the Shipple. I don't think it trades yet. And then the Shipple goes into wherever it is we're taking donations. Shipple gives, I think.
Nice.
So it's a process,
right.
but yes.
So we need a sheet to show Uplift players how to do that, so they can just look at their screen and make it happen. That's pretty cool.
Oh,
did anybody else get extraordinary rewards from Uplift this week? Because of the delay, and I've been building a lot. I've been mining and building a lot. I got 1.5 million upliftium this week.
What?
Yeah, it was pretty extraordinary.
What are you going to do with that? Are you going to put it on Blue Deck?
I didn't know. Stake it on Blue Deck.
There you go.
Yeah. I mean,
So
duh.
Who the heck just showed up?
I don't know.
That's
I know. Who is that?
Oh,
Hey.
That's right.
Fine.
It's JG.
Yeah, I think she might. When you don't recognize somebody, it's pretty much a winning costume. I
They
mean, I
did
already
well.
gave Jen the win, but you weren't
So
here yet,
good.
so it kind of does.
That's so great.
So good.
Hey, Jess,
Hi.
what's happening?
She's getting ready for her drama classes. I love it.
Right?
Yeah. Heck yeah.
Hey, check this out, Marty. TC again. Oh my God, that'd be cool if you could make pools for different charities.
Oh.
Well, I mean, he might have a little bit of a secret knowledge there. We call TC the godfather of generosity. He is such an incredible member of our community, both in the Uplift and the Shipple community. Such an incredible supporter of creators and artists. He has such a heart to give. And we've actually been brainstorming this where he personally has, big stacks of wallets and zeros and NFTs and mint ones that he wants to be able to auction off and give to charity. And so we have lots of fun ideas there. But one of the things that we want to do is inspire and activate the community. And, with the Shipple charity and with the infrastructure we're building, in what gamified generosity is we are going to have community nominated nonprofits. We're going to have pools for different charities. And then our Shipple community with our governance voting token, our Shipple power, they're actually going to have the ability to vote in a gamified way for distribution to different charities. And so, that infrastructure, we're all pretty excited about it. We're building it now. One of the major first steps is setting up the Shipple charity nonprofit entity. That is underway. I actually have a meeting with business attorney and advisors and counselors here this week. Have another meeting with a couple of the people that are going to be actively involved in helping set that up. And we're pretty excited. Like the work that's happening behind the scenes to allow the infrastructure to be available, to make everything that we've been brainstorming and we're so excited to do to make that possible. It's being built right now, and the Shipple community will have the opportunity to participate in gamified generosity in a way that will be beyond your expectations and imaginations. It's going to be amazing.
So great. So
It's
fantastic.
good stuff. It's good stuff.
Yep. Share the love all the way around.
Yeah, I'm excited. It'll be
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah. And we're so excited to interview some of these charities
Yeah.
as they come up. And the nomination process, we're going to make that very clear and available, starting with the CK7 and then expanding to the community. So looking forward to involving anybody and everybody who wants to be part of it. So it's great.
Ooh, wonderful.
Yeah, at the beginning of the whole, reawakening of Shipple, I thought that part was great. And then the next, it's like every month that goes by now, it's like some new, bigger, and more amazing thing is happening with Shipple. And I can't wait to start, really hammering away at little community projects wherever it is that you live out there in the internet world, that we can, turn our hand to and help them do what they got to do. The Hands That Got Us, the charity, the first charity that we got on board, somebody gave them a freezer this week, and what they're doing is stuffing it with turkeys they do a big Thanksgiving food drive, whole families. They put out like 65 or 70 grocery boxes full of everything you need for a Thanksgiving dinner every year. And this year their old freezer crapped out. Somebody got them a better freezer. So, that's how small we're talking. They're so small that it's no easy thing for them to step out and buy some big need like that. And the idea that we're going to empower them to do more things like that, that's perfect. And I can't wait to see what y'all come up with, what your local charities are like and what they do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what the charities are. I'm curious too. I don't know. I always assume that not certain places, that all places have similar basic needs. There'll be some homeless, and there'll be some food security, and there'll be, some other things. But I'm curious to see what people come up with. I wonder if there's anything out there that is different.
Mm-hmm. I bet we'll be surprised, but also excited to help.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah. The idea that we can fund somebody's dream project to make their community a better place.
So great.
That's why I'm here. That's how I got here.
So I have a question that the Martian might not know the answer to, but maybe. If I can stake my Shipple with my blue deck on the blue deck and on the wax, and then I have some Shipple over on BSC, am I going to be able to stake my Shipple on BSC with blue?
So right now, what we've created is a bridge where you can right now move your Shipple from wax to BSC. What blue will do for us is it creates a massive superhighway where, with Shipple, we have a little bridge that goes over, but with blue, you're going to have a massive superhighway, and you'll have the ability to have Shipple on wax. You'll have the ability to have Shipple on BSC, and all these other chains, which is kind of fun. And when you have your Shipple on each chain and blue deck on each chain, you can stake here, you can stake there, and all you would need to start would be some Shipple and some blue, and you can put it into the pool just like you do now. And I want to encourage our Shipple community very strongly to pay attention and don't miss it, because there are opportunities that are available and coming that the future is very, very quick. And so as things happen, don't miss it. A lot of times one of the most powerful things that you can do is take advantage of early adopter advantage, to participate on that first day and that second day and that third day in something right when it's launching. Like there's really no other opportunity that's better than that. Not financial advice, but I don't want you to miss it. There's so many that we've started hearing from now as they see the craziness that's happening, who, we've been screaming from the rooftops, there's something happening, please come join us. And people are starting to wake up, and people are now messaging us saying, hey, what's this whole thing that I'm hearing about now? And, you can get in at any moment, but the sooner you get in, the sooner you begin to participate, the less you miss out on. And so, that's my heart. That's my desire, is to not see anybody miss out on whatever it is that they want to do. And we're not telling anybody to do anything, but please, do your own research, look at the opportunities. And if you do, they will surprise you, because it's crazy awesome.
Marty, I have a follow-up. Oh, I'm sorry, Jen.
Oh yeah, I have a follow-up question too here.
We had a guest show up.
Yeah, hello, Russ.
Oh, it's just Russ. Or is it somebody dressed like Russ?
Yes, I'm in costume.
Person. I can verify. If I'm going to get some blue over on Binance, does that mean that I actually have to set up a Binance trading account? Because I was having some issues with that.
So Corey was just talking about that today. So the wallet that I use is MetaMask, and Binance exchange itself has, Binance US, which I live in the US, and so that's what I get to use. And then there's Binance the rest of the world. And so for those of us in the US, I don't have the opportunity to use Binance rest of the world. I get to use Binance US, which has some limitations and doesn't have access to all the tokens and coins that I want to participate in. But what I discovered is that if I just set up a MetaMask wallet, and within that wallet, I can swap for some BNB, which is what the fees you run on. We have a tutorial. It's in our SHIPPLE.io Telegram. Jen does an awesome job showing us exactly how to do that. We actually have a link to our bullshipples.io/BSC website where it's step-by-step instructions along with the tutorial and all the information that you'd need. But just with a MetaMask wallet, right now, today, you could have SHIPPLE on BSC. And BlueDAC will be launching there in the future. And when they do, you will have the opportunity, Corey was talking about it today, you'll have an opportunity to buy a ticket on the Blue Rocket that will be going to BSC. I think first it's going to go to Polygon Matic. And so there's going to be multiple rockets launching in different directions. You'll have the opportunity to put some blue on that rocket to take your blue over to that other chain so that you can have blue, you can have SHIPPLE, put them into an LP, take that LP, earn rewards with it at a mind-boggling number.
Okay, so there are going to be rockets flying over the bridge?
Above the bridge, maybe we're talking about instead of a road map, I think we're going to do a space map.
Cool.
Just because,
Nice.
it's rockets. Star map.
Intergalactic.
Yes.
I like it.
So I now have two questions. I have
Okay.
more questions now than I had before. First one, you have instructions for. It's obviously the server's working because I'm in here getting attacked by something.
You were saying though.
Sorry. Yeah. You have instructions up for getting your, send 10 million wax. Okay. The only place I have 10 million wax left is on the old chain. So what are the instructions for getting can I get on BSC with that SHIPPLE, the SHIPPLE that I have from before the fork?
Great question. Also pinned in our SHIPPLE.io Telegram. And this is what we had been screaming from the rooftops for a long time, is we had a 30-day window where anybody with SHIPPLE on EOS received an equal amount of SHIPPLE on Wax.
Yes.
So now SHIPPLE exists on EOS, SHIPPLE exists on Wax, and there is not a bridge between SHIPPLE, EOS, or EOS SHIPPLE and Wax SHIPPLE. The SHIPPLE that exists on Wax exists, and the SHIPPLE that exists on EOS exists. And eventually, BlueDAC will likely launch on EOS as well. And so the SHIPPLE that you have on EOS, you will likely be able to eventually use it in EOS BlueDAC. But there is a way that you could get some more SHIPPLE on Wax. You can swap for it. You can buy it in the market. If you have blue, you can actually swap some blue for SHIPPLE. Right. And so if you want SHIPPLE, it's definitely available. But
I have it. It's all locked up in pairs. I didn't mean to say I don't have any. It's all locked up. Like it's all, and I went back into the leaderboards on bullshipples yesterday. So
nice. What are you going to do with your blue that you get today, Greg? Because I hear you get blue every day.
I do, and I don't want to throw around an amount that I got simply because I feel like a minnow. I mean, big. I'm in all of the pools now, every one of the BlueDAC pools, and what I'm doing is rolling it back in every day to what were my top 4 earners for that day. Like, so I made a list last night of what I don't even understand yet if it's because of how much I have in there or the Amy, or I'm not sure why these are paying off bigger than others, but my 4 big ones were the Yoshi coin, Aether, and I think that's because I have a lot in there. Kate and Nefty. The Nefty pair just killed it for me yesterday. So what I did last night when I harvested was I rolled back into those 4 and a few others. I've been harvesting like right at 8 o'clock, and what I'm learning is like 8:45, 9 o'clock. Some of them don't show up right away to harvest. You have to go back through the list again. And so like Taco was late last night, and AEXP, that was late last night. But that's what I'm doing, is I'm just rolling it all back in. And that's my plan. I'm not taking anything out for the first until this first cycle is over. And if I understand what Corey was telling me the other day, what's going to happen is the next batch is going to be a different batch than this batch. So we might have to unstake from all these pairs to pile into whatever the next the next group of pairs are, at least take part of our investment back out to do that. And I'm loving that. I'm learning that, oh, I still have all these tokens. When I unpair them, so the old thing about put 12 cents in your piggy bank every day, and eventually that turns into real money. That's what's happening. Is we're 10 days in here, and I realized I got a lot of blue locked up in there that's getting more valuable all the time, right? So my second question was about that. Considering that we're going to be using Shipple as the engine to drive money to charities, what can we do as users to improve the value, increase the value of Shipple, not just for ourselves, although I wouldn't say no to being able to buy a car, but what do we do to make it? What do we do to uplift Shipple for the charities to make it more valuable for them?
I love that question. With community, there is power. As we gather together, as we come with shared belief, shared experience, and shared purpose, the more people we add to the community, the more powerful we are. And as we grow our community, we're working very hard to create connections to other communities, because we have a belief that other communities may want to participate in gamified generosity. The biggest thing that you can do is to share your Shipple. Remember 2 or 3 years ago when really the primary focus of our community was not just the meme contests, but helping onboard noobs into the crypto space? That's the foundation on which we built our community. And it's the most powerful thing that we can do. If we reach out to someone and send them some Shipple, maybe even give them some of our blue, because we're all getting a lot of it, and show them what's possible, we have the opportunity and the potential to change someone's life. It kind of goes back to that principle: give a man a fish and he eats that meal. But if you teach him to fish on Blue Dack, I mean, if we can set other people up with these ongoing passive rewards, all of a sudden, not only are our lives changed, we can help change the lives of the people around us. And I think that's a very powerful thing. And as our community grows, and as people see what's possible with Shipple, that it's no longer just a joke, it's no longer just a meme coin, it has become a charity token that now has real world liquidity and real world monetizability. Like, you can actually trade your Shipple for an Amazon gift card. Like, how crazy is that, right? And yes, we're going to launch NFTs, and you're going to be able to buy NFTs with Shipple. You're going to be able to buy Shipple merch with Shipple. You're going to be able to vote with your Shipple. There's going to be all these gamified ways that you can use your Shipple. But what we're seeing is our community is growing in number, and therefore, in the power of what we're able to do together. But then the token itself is growing in value. And that gives us opportunity to do real world good at scale. Like, it's a dream come true for me to see what's now possible in this community to actually change the world outside our front door. I'm really excited.
I have a question.
Hi, Russ.
Hi.
Us.
Or whoever you are.
Yeah. Is there any way to destroy blue tokens, like the way NFTs are burnable? And sometimes, like lithium, for example, if who do you send it to? Tokenized
NFT?
Yeah. If I have lithium, if I have 1 million lithium and I send that to them, they give me back an NFT. So I'm just wondering, is there any process or any direct way of burning or destroying blue?
I know there's burning built into the tokenomics. I'm not sure. I haven't seen the tokenomics side of it when it comes to the burning mechanisms. And a lot of the burning mechanisms are kind of designed on the back end by the infrastructure and by the team. That burning is actually built into the economy and helps with deflation and that type of thing. When it comes to a person that has some, I guess the simplest way to think about it is, if it's in your wallet, you have it. If you send it out of your wallet, you don't have it. Where it goes is either to another person, or like you could potentially send it to a wallet that you don't know who it is.
Lock it up.
And so thankfully, so far, my experience is that if you try to send it somewhere that doesn't exist, it doesn't let you. Like, there has to be a receiving end. But if you're at the point where you're sending something out of your wallet, when it comes to burning, it doesn't really matter where it goes. You're not losing it, but you no longer have it. And so I don't know if that answers your question, but there is burn mechanisms that will reduce the overall volume or amount of the token that will be done by the team. And that helps all of us and helps the value go up. But if the token is in your wallet and you're careful with where you send it, I think that's the main thing to consider in response to that. I don't know if that answered your question or not.
Somewhat, yeah. Inflation was part of that, but not completely, because things won't necessarily have inflation. If there's just a set amount of tokens, then that's it. But I guess it's, not that specifically that I was thinking of, but I like to weigh with each of these different currencies, basically the income versus the expenses of each one. So like a balance sheet, if more tokens are created versus destroyed, that changes things.
This is very preliminary, but Corey and I had a conversation Monday about making hats and selling them for blue. That's a way of burning the token, right? It's basically you'd be taking it out of circulation by buying real world goods with it. So we're working on a plan for that. I just blew 5 million blue on this hat, put something funny on the front of it. I don't know.
I love the idea of real world merchandise for some of these.
Yeah,
different cryptocurrencies, absolutely.
Well, even look what happened on Nifty with the merchandise, with the memberships for Blue. Is you could pay for them with Upliftium, you could pay for them with your SHIPPLE, you could pay for them with Blue or Nifty. That's cool, and I think that's that thing we were talking about. It's going to become like one big social mall where we can all support each other's projects and spend our token from SHIPPLE in Uplift and from Uplift in Upland and keep it all going around like we're a real economy or something.
I love the idea of the tokens, the different pairs changing each month too, just to keep people on their toes. I know in other streams, as you and Corey have mentioned in other streams, that it's not necessarily a passive income. You're going to have to be actively paying attention and involved in things. You can't just buy something, leave it, and come back in a year. It's
one of the things on that
I learned that lesson with Aether earlier this year.
One of the things on that I want to highlight, and I saw the question, Morton, there in the chat. This is very important, and it's something we definitely want people to talk about. Part of that education, part of that learning process is learning how all these platforms work. And usually the first two words that people talk about when it comes to LP pools and incentivized LP pools is impermanent loss. And there's an algorithm that makes it complicated, but makes the math perfect. And for me, in my brain, what I have to do is think of it in metaphor and think of it in analogy. And I'd like to give one of those because in looking at impermanent loss, what I realize is that in contributing to an LP pool, I'm putting in equal amounts of this currency and this currency into the bank.
Equal values. Right.
Equal value. And so that people can swap back and forth, and then I earn a tiny bit of interest on those swaps. And so LP pools in and of themselves aren't that great. But if there's a platform like BlueDAC that incentivizes the LP pools, that gives you additional rewards on top of what just, the little bit that you get for the swaps, and there's additional daily rewards on top of it, then the question becomes, well, how much are those? And is it worth the risk of being in the pool and having your token swap back and forth? Because the risk is that if you have two equal pools, but everybody's swapping from one to the other, instead of two equal pools, you have a lot on this side and only a little bit on this side. You still have equal amount of quantity, but maybe the value of what you have is less than the value of the one that you have less of. And so when I look at SHIPPLE and when I look at Blue, my question is, what if I ended up with way more SHIPPLE, or I ended up with way more Blue than I had of the other token? Because the amount that you have will go up and down like not a weight, a scale. It's like a scale. And so it isn't that you lose one or the other, it's that you end up with more of one than the other. What I see that's happening with BlueDAC is designed to help Wax go up, to help Blue go up, to help SHIPPLE go up, to help every other token on the Wax chain go up. And what I realized is all of a sudden, I want all of the tokens on the whole chain, because what we're seeing is with the connection economy, it's possible that the values of all of the tokens could go up. And so what people are afraid of with impermanent loss is one token will go up and they'll be left with a lot of the one that didn't. And they'll miss out on the token that went up. What happens if the rising tide truly raises all ships? Because all of the ships are connected and it all just goes up. All of a sudden, impermanent loss becomes less of a factor. Absolutely research it. Please understand that as far as how that principle could affect what you're doing. But for me, the biggest question, if everything could possibly go up, the biggest question for me is, well, what's the reward? The main thing for me is, what am I getting daily? And is it worth, even if I did lose, something on the bottom end, if the reward that I'm receiving daily over a week, over a month, over a year's time is more than what I initially put in, I mean, I have a hard time finding a loss in that.
Yeah, I'm still not getting that.
I like it.
I'm not really sure what all that was about, but you answered why nobody's talking about impermanent loss anyway, because it's apparently not the big issue that it is everywhere else. And so that's cool.
If the rewards are big enough, it offsets any potential impermanent loss. If there are no rewards, it's a very real issue. And so that's the balance. And there's a few of us, nerd geek brains that get really excited about the numbers, but I didn't understand any of this 3 months ago. Like, I had no clue. And it took the last 3 months of pretty intense geeking out on numbers to get to the point where I can even wrap my head around the analogy and the metaphor. And I still have to think of it as an analogy and a metaphor, because when I get out my calculator breaks because there's just too many zeros and I can't make the calculations that I want to make. Because, as soon as you have millions and then billions of these tokens, like calculators, I can't find a big enough calculator anymore.
Somebody's got to have an online browser-based calculator that has 15 decimal places.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, I'd Google that. Not that I ever do that much math, but if you do, you might want to try Googling that. Oh, kitty.
The cat.
Kitty back. Or was that someone dressed as a cat?
I don't know if anyone can see the chalkboard behind me, but there we go.
Can't read it though.
That's all right. No, I was explaining to my my 8-year-old the other day about mortgages and saving up for things.
Oh, nice.
And how it doesn't
That was for fun.
what way you slice it.
Yeah, to an 8-year-old.
Yeah, it's because it's fun for me. So I hope you got something out of it. It was fun for me.
Yeah, I remember how shocked I was when I found out that financing a car, I was maybe 16 when I found this out, I would end up paying 3 times the value of the car. I was like,
yeah.
Well, it's a ripoff.
Yeah.
How dare they? So, all right. What else we got?
Well, with servers down and with everything that was talked about yesterday, there really isn't a whole lot of news. How about memes? Do we have memes?
Woohoo!
All right. I'm down for looking.
What's our theme? Are we still on the nautical theme?
Memes we got. Yes. So nautical theme.
Does it have to be nautical? I've been thinking of dumping a meme wherever. I guess SHIPPLE Telegram.
So
it's not nautical.
No, we will accept all memes at any time.
All right. You are nautically dressed.
I did wonder if my duck horse meme counted as nautical because duck.
I mean, why not?
Close enough.
I swim.
Yeah.
So sharing screens. Let's see what happens.
All right.
Oh man. Open system preferences.
Uh-oh.
It doesn't sound right.
Yeah, no. Well, let's see. Oh. Oh, there we go. I don't know if you can see my screen.
Nope.
Nope.
Not yet. There's a share button at the bottom of the.
Yeah, that's what I clicked, and yeah. Does anybody have more of a grasp on this that they can just share their screen?
Yeah. Was it just
Telegram?
Go Jen.
Were you just going to go through the SHIPPLE
Yeah,
Telegram?
yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I can do that.
Thank
I
you.
think. I don't have my glasses on.
They didn't go with your costume.
That's
Come on
right.
now.
It would
We're
mess
also
up
prepared
all
for
the-
class today.
No, this black stuff is not going to be getting on here. Okay, and then boop that. There we go.
Haha, hey.
Okay, so we are looking for memes. That didn't get bigger. There we go. Memes, memes, memes. The wonderful memes. What's that? Oh,
Oh,
that's not SHIPPLE meme.
no, but lots of fun blue memes did pop up this week. That was fun.
That's great.
Yeah.
Does it feel like Blue Deck's been around forever already? Like, it just feels like
I don't
it's
know.
part of
I
life.
didn't really understand why they use the term degen for people that play in these fields until this week when I realized I'm sitting in my computer every night at 7:53 going, come on, I want to harvest. Come on, like a degenerate. So now I understand.
Yeah, I get it. There we go.
Yeah, that one's great.
Hmm.
So fun.
Hmm.
What else do we have here?
The pirate one was amazing.
That's Bitcoin Babes, I believe, has been experimenting with some kind of editing software. They've been posting a whole bunch of fun
That one's
photo manipulation memes. Ooh, what's this?
Oh, we got Photoshop memes about Photoshop now.
Yeah, basically.
Did you see that the new Photoshop,
this is cute.
one of the new Photoshop tools from Adobe is actually like an automatic NFT generator system? So you can, when you take the art, you can make it into an NFT format, like within Photoshop.
That's amazing.
That's incredible.
But I'm sure this is nothing. I'm sure NFTs are no big deal. Like,
major corporations are making changes to their.
Yeah, Fortune magazine tells me there's nothing to this whole crypto thing. So,
But they'd like to regulate it.
right.
Yes.
There's no money in it, so better
Right.
get in there and
They want to know how much you made on your taxes.
yeah.
I
Yeah,
feel
but
like
that's the funny part to me is, or what? Like, there's no way for them to.
There's water in that one.
That one's great.
Yeah, I like it. I like the reflection in the water.
Mhm.
Mm-mm-mm.
There's that one.
Oh, that's nice.
Yes.
Nautical. And it looks like
Bigger.
they spent some time on that one.
Yeah.
yeah, I like that.
And you know that, and they showed just the pirate in another place, so you know that they had to put all of those elements together. So
I think they said it was their custom artwork, which was amazing.
it's so great. It needs to be an NFT, is what it is.
Yeah.
Miles.
There's some more of their custom artwork, I believe.
Okay.
Looks like it.
I don't know what it is, but I like it.
Got weird in a hurry.
That was funny.
Oh, this is Edward's little
Robot.
robot guy, and you saw that the robot was ready for Halloween.
Yes, I did see that. That was near the beginning there.
Oh, that's funny. Oh, this one's great. It moves.
Oh, wow. Look at that. The water.
I love that.
Yeah, that's
That
levels
feels
above
like
what I can
feels
do.
like it should be an NFT as well. Oh, this one's fun.
Oh, that's funny.
Nice. Who did that one?
Darth Totino's.
Oh yeah.
Some of those
They
are
make some really good memes.
better than average. They're
Mhm.
high effort posts.
Truly. Oh, this is a.
That's me.
Oh,
Nice.
luck.
And we got some graphic pros in the mix now, you know, doing the animations for NFTs and things like that. So we got some people that really do have the skills.
Oh, this is a good one,
Yep.
which features our very own bullshipples.
Yes, indeed.
Can you read that? It's a little bit difficult to read. It's small. What does it say,
Can you
Jen?
click on it and blow it up?
I don't have my glasses on.
I think you just double click it.
I did. Did it not show?
I think it says swimming with a very generous whale is the best. With a picture of bullshipples. Aw.
Nice.
They love you.
Yes, we
Well,
do.
duh. I
Warm
mean,
fuzzies.
who doesn't?
I know that there's a great one that Bullshipples made about carrying ships. Oh, that one's fun with the chocolate dipping in the peanut butter.
Yes.
Chill in the blue.
Awesome.
Love it.
That's great. And do meme contests run for a week? Is that how they circulate?
So it's been a little bit fluid.
Okay.
But this next one is definitely going to be just 1 week because we're going to do a Halloween.
Woohoo!
Halloween.
Oh, that one's already
Yeah,
started.
that is. There you go.
Yeah.
I think that was Bitcoin Babes again, wasn't it?
This one's
Hey,
missing
I love
info.
that
I
part.
love that.
Great. And Greg, you could buy that submarine, right? Now you can.
Yeah, sure. And Betty, if you'll take Shipple, I could buy it right now.
Right, there you
Who's that guy?
go.
Look at that weirdo.
Look at that What's really
that's
cool
me.
about this is that it's taking so long to get through it because there's been so much interaction in the group.
Right.
It's awesome.
Yes. Oh, that's funny. Shield it good.
That is great.
Cat memes are always welcome. Oh, there's one. When my Shipple comes in. Love it.
That's Space Mountain in the background. It almost looks like Space Mountain at Disney. Oh, it's on a boat. It's on,
Like a
I'm on a boat.
yacht.
It's on the yacht, yeah.
Oh, that one's mine.
Took me a minute.
It's where I quoted Corey, who quoted others.
Awesome.
Oh, that one's fun. Raking the money.
Yes.
That's kind of what it feels like when you're harvesting, is all I'm saying.
Uh-huh.
Horrible.
It's
little
fun,
bit.
fun. And I have to say, I have had a huge learning curve, and my son's helped me a ton this week in this process, and I've definitely made some mistakes. But like Marty was saying, at least we're in. And I encourage everybody to just jump in, even if you really don't have a clue like me.
Get started.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No way to
Yeah, I
learn.
don't claim to have a clue. I started with a piddly amount of wax and I'm doing well. So, great.
It's awesome.
Awesome. I love it. I don't think there's many above that one. So we're probably, other than the shipping ships.
That's
Huh?
awesome.
I thought that one was pretty good.
It's good.
All right. Yeah, I'm not seeing a whole lot. Oh, yeah.
Something about cocaine and waffles. I don't know. I don't get it.
Goes together like cocaine and waffles.
It is so far outside.
Wow, this meme's straight out of the 80s.
No, I always drink, but when I do, I reach for a blue deck. Oh, Blue Deck and Blue Man Group. There needs to be like way more.
Oh, yeah, that's a good call.
There needs to
Yeah, I think we need an Arrested Development. I think I just blew myself.
I
as well.
I just did that one a few minutes
Did
ago.
you really?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I'd been thinking about that for like a week.
Oh.
I watched Arrested Development for
That'll do it.
Jen tells me it's the second time because apparently I forgot I ever watched it. But yeah,
I love that
watched
show.
it for what felt like the first time, and it's a good show.
All right, I think we're down to last week, so let's take a peek here. Oh,
There it is. There it is.
I'm listed as ice.
only on mine because
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Now we know your secret
Probably
nickname.
everywhere else.
In case of emergency, is that what that is?
Yeah.
Sure is.
Oh,
that's
I
funny.
see now. I thought it was some sort of a, I don't know.
Inside joke
That name.
that we were
It's
supposed to
got
know.
nothing to do with immigration. I'm in a different country.
All right.
Oh dear.
Oh man, we
I'm
had some
not a
great
government
names.
agent.
Yet.
Unless anybody has objections, for me, the winner is definitely that pirate meme.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Just fantastic. So
it was fantastic.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I believe it's Bitcoin Babes. I will send
Woohoo. Way to
Marsha
go.
a message saying, "Hey, can we give this person an awesome Shipple pack?" And we will do that, and we'll get it over to you. So congratulations!
Yay, good job.
Woo!
Awesome.
And then until next Wednesday, we have a new theme since it's Halloween this weekend. Why not do something spooky? So anything Halloween related, anything Halloween / Shipple related, bring it. I want to see what you got.
Bring it.
All right.
I love it.
I'm
I
in.
love it.
Yeah. I can give a race update as well, since today's the 27th and we were hoping to have the race today. I think it's safe to say we can make this decision now. It's probably postponed.
It's getting later in the day, yeah.
And that's all right. The servers are down right now. If they came up right now in the next few minutes, we're probably not going to get a lot of people on right away because, well, they figure it's down for now.
Servers
Well,
up.
it makes sense to have some testing. We definitely want to make sure the tracks all work, and so if we do, actually, the first big event then would be Friday. Because Friday we'll have the Rave Cave, and then we'll start the race next Wednesday. That actually works out pretty good.
That gives us time to
Excellent.
death test the track.
Yep.
Is there a
Yeah.
time on the Rave Cave? that we-
Servers up.
Ooh, so
Friday still.
yeah, the Nasty Hooks are going to be our live DJ doing a live stream YouTube, and so you'll actually be able to go into the game. You'll be able to find all the fun signs that give you prizes, and they'll give you directions on the signs. And then there's actually going to be a YouTube link that you can go to as well. So you'll be in game. You can launch a secondary window with YouTube Live. You can hear the live performance. And so Friday, what works for the Nasty Hooks is 9:30 p.m. Eastern. And so I think that's probably going to be our target time. We'll announce more specifically once the servers are all back up, once we test out the Rave Cave, go in and do a little flying and bouncing ourselves just for fun. But once we have everything set up and we can announce the exact time, my guess is we'll be pretty close to 9:30 p.m. Eastern on Fridays every week.
Awesome.
That's
I'm
great.
very refreshed that I don't have to stay up late to party anymore.
Yeah, it's whatever it is, 12 o'clock somewhere. So the Nasty Hooks can play whenever they want, and
Yeah.
yeah, depending on your time zone,
Yes.
it's party time. I like the music. Just as a stray thought, I've listened to it on and off over the past week or so, and I really like their instrumentals.
Nice. Yeah, me
I
too.
look forward to it.
Yeah, they got some funk going on there. Yeah.
All
Well,
right. Awesome.
I can't think of any other news. Were there any other contests or anything that we needed to go over or anything like that?
Well, we had mentioned earlier, Jen, between the two of us, kind of, that maybe anybody that had tuned in live, we could send out some special treats for them for Halloween.
Yeah, let's get
So-
that doing.
If anybody is watching, everybody that's watching right now, if you please put your wax address in the comments, and we will get something sent to you, something exciting and wonderful.
And drop it in the Telegram too, because sometimes the comments aren't really accessible after the video. I don't know why, but it's happened before.
So definitely in Telegram.
Drop it in the Telegram. Tell us why you're dropping it so that we don't get confused 2 days later.
Yeah, do it now because you're actually live and
We're-
not later.
We're all confused already. We don't need any help from you people. That's what we're saying.
Yeah.
Yes. treats for everybody.
Nice. Building stuff in Minecraft.
And don't get tricked with a caramel onion instead of a caramel apple. My son ate the entire thing. It was a contest, and he did it. Yeah. Okay.
That sounds painful.
It was disgusting, but
Yeah.
he won.
I hate to say it, but you're giving me ideas. We have some caramel sauce in the fridge, and some kids who wouldn't notice if there was a Brussels sprout in it on the first bite.
Yes. There you go.
It's a good cleanse system.
There you go.
Mhm. I am now tempted.
We've gotten so mature because, you know, my dad's age, he just loved to scare the crap out of the neighborhood kids. Now we just want them to have food trauma.
Basically, yeah.
Oh dear. That's hilarious.
Yeah, I
All
think
right.
that some disguised food could possibly make an appearance at the Sunday Halloween
Nice.
banquet.
You can
And then
pull it off
perhaps
if you
that
call it
should,
disguised food. Yeah, it's
Yeah, it's
costume.
in a costume.
Yeah.
right.
And then take a picture of it and make a meme out of it. How about that?
Ooh. Okay, so challenge, Greg. Who's gonna have the best feetloaf meme?
Oh, gosh. I have an idea for a feetloaf meme. I definitely
Okay,
have,
All right, let's
I have
bring
something
it.
going on for that. So
Are other people making feetloaf?
It was
I
actually
made it.
Greg's
I
idea.
I made it last year
Okay.
for sure. I was such a trendsetter.
Yes.
It's hilarious.
Is it a meatloaf shaped like a foot? Is that what?
Oh yeah, you missed the picture.
Like a
It's
pair of
just
feet
terrible.
with toenails and bones and blood and everything.
Blood. Yeah.
It's
Oh
wonderful.
yeah.
Ketchup, blood.
Oh
I need
man.
that in my life.
Yeah, you should put
Yeah.
that in the Telegram. Picture of that.
So what's funny is I wasn't sure that Laugh Track, my roommate and my partner in the CK7, would like it. You know, if I did, and she was like, "I don't know why." I was like, "I kind of want to do this thing just so I can take it." She was like, "I don't know why you're not already in there making it." Like she had no problem with the feetloaf.
I can see her enjoying that. That's hilarious.
Yeah, she thought that we actually really that was a fun day.
The first time I had made the meat hands, I had a friend over for dinner, and my kids were quite young, and they were asking, what is this? And they kind of questioning it a little. And my friend, to her credit, said, "Yeah, they're hands." And,
Nice.
and the kids weren't totally sure. And so she replied with, "Yeah, well, Russell's not here."
Yeah.
And just left it hanging. It was the best.
Perfect.
My
Perfect.
poor kids.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, you're
childhood
right.
trauma.
Yeah, keep warping them.
Yep.
I mean,
They're all right.
look, this is how you get amazing adults out of your children: is you sarcastic and play tricks on them. That's has worked for me. My older daughter Casey, the first time we took her to Canada, it was October, so it was we were out west, but it was possible there was going to be some snow. We knew there was snow at Whistler, so I kept asking her, what's something you really want to do when you see snow for the first time? She goes, "I want to make a snow angel." So we drive up to Whistler so she can see snow, and I have this idea, and we're getting out of the car and I tell them, "Casey, the best snow angels are made face down because then the angel has a face." So she gets out there in front of all these people at the Whistler Resort where there's a big snowbank, and just face down and starts, and they're like, "Is she okay? Is she having a seizure?" Yeah, so she didn't.
That is awesome.
So if you can't embarrass your kids, what's the fun of having them? That's my point.
Exactly.
That is classic.
Yep.
Actually.
My dad would have been so proud.
Reminds me of my most embarrassing moment. In Copenhagen, the Little Mermaid's up on this statue in the harbor.
Right.
So I jumped up and I slid down and fell with all four appendages straight up in the water, just as the tour bus of all of the Japanese tourists came off and started snapping pictures.
Nice. So
And
now
I
you're famous.
got up and I'm like, "Okay, Dad, you're gonna take a picture of me." And he turned his head like, "Who are you? I don't know who you are." Oh well, it was good.
There's actually a duplicate of that statue at Lionsgate Park in Vancouver, British Columbia.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, there's a mermaid right on the edge of the park there on the rocks.
Nice.
Yeah,
So why has the Little Mermaid got a statue and where was it? Did you say Copenhagen?
Copenhagen, because Hans Christian Andersen was Danish.
Wrote
Copenhagen.
The author,
Okay.
the original author.
Right.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I knew Disney wasn't the original, but I didn't know,
Yeah.
know who. Makes sense.
Yeah. Great. Well, it sure has been fun with being with you guys today.
Yeah,
Thank you
man.
so much.
We should do this again.
All right.
Week or two.
Go and steak.
Yes.
Right? That's what I'm going to go
Yes.
do.
Steak all
Oh,
the things.
how did we-
file the things.
Do we have a way to show the sock puppet video? We should really show the sock
so
puppet
good.
video.
Yes.
Have you guys seen this?
But
I
Oh,
don't
yeah.
even know where to
Looks like
find it.
Russ is going to bring it up.
All right, Russ is
got
the
it.
man.
Oh,
Russ
me?
is doing it. I
Bruce
can
not.
too. Do you
I
know
haven't
what
seen
this? Do you even know what we're talking about?
Nope, I want to see it.
Oh,
Cool. Okay, so give me a second here.
all right.
This
Never
is
mind.
Saki.
I was wrong.
Once you get this in your head, it'll be stuck there. And Corey's already talking about sending it to Yoshi and having a jam made out of it. So
Nice.
Yoshi actually did post a remix of it already on
Did he
Twitter.
really?
It's pretty good. Yeah, it's pretty good.
cool.
Okay, give me a
I
second.
love our
here.
friends.
I hope the audio works.
I hear it.
Hear it, but just
Oh.
barely.
We got to share screen though.
Oh, you got to share it to the stream.
Repeat after me.
I did.
Steak, harvest, withdraw, repeat. Steak, harvest, withdraw, repeat. Steak, harvest, withdraw, repeat. Steak, harvest, withdraw, repeat. Steak, harvest, withdraw, repeat.
That's
Steak,
awesome.
harvest, withdraw, repeat. Yay!
Yay! Yay,
All right,
Saki.
Yeah,
Best tutorial
that's
ever.
the thing.
Yeah, that is what you got to do. Oh, we lost Jen.
Whoops.
Oops. Does that mean we're
Oh,
done?
Yeah, I guess so. All right, guys.
All right, everybody have a great week.
Yep. Have a safe a safe Halloween. Oh no, she's back.
Oh, there she is.
We thought you were a goner.
All right.
We were going to sign off, Jen, but we decided to wait for you, I guess.
Well, how kind. So, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Sounds good.